What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk about what is spirituality. Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, spirituality doesn't mean shit. It's just a label. Because it's a general term for things that are not real or material or physical. So, a lot of things can be spiritual. So astrology is spiritual. What else? Meditation is spiritual. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things is spiritual, but even saying I am spiritual doesn't mean shit, because everybody is a spiritual being having a human experience. So technically everybody is spiritual, because everybody, well, not really, but you get what I'm saying. So for me, so if you're saying I am spiritual, you're basically saying I am alive. So spirituality is just life. Being on your spiritual journey is about learning or reminding yourself who you are. And by reminding yourself who you are, you will know. Okay. By reminding yourself who you are, you will begin to understand everything around you. So you can't if you can't understand yourself, you can't understand another person. And if you can't understand another person, you can't understand the world, you can't understand the universe. Okay? So that's why you have to remind yourself who you are and go on your spiritual journey. But your spiritual journey is just your journey of reminding yourself who you are. So let's talk about religion, right? So for me, religion is a group of people believing in the same thing. But spirituality is about knowing yourself, okay? And having your own perspective on life. That's why a lot of spiritual people don't have the same I won't say belief system, but they don't have like the same perspective in life. So that's why a lot of people contradict other people, and a lot of people are arguing, no, this is right, this is wrong. Like, there's no right and wrong, really. And sometimes those different perspectives can become toxic, because spirituality, sometimes those spiritual beliefs can become toxic, because people think that, oh, if I'm spiritual, everybody must believe the same things that I believe in. But that's not the point. If everybody is the same, there's no point in life. Get what I'm saying? So because you know yourself and you have a different perspective on life, it's okay to have a different perspective on life. That's why people disagree with each other. But we have to accept our different views on life. So let me give you an example on what perspective really is. So everybody knows that 1 plus 1 equals 2. But 1 plus 1 equals 2 every time, everywhere. 1 plus 1 equals 2, okay? So for me, 1 plus 1 equals 2 will be my fingers. 1 plus 1 equals 2. But for another person, it could be 1 apple plus 1 apple equals 2 apple. Or for another person, it will be in another language, but it will still be 1 plus 1 equals 2, but in another language. So you can see the 1 plus 1 equals 2 in different perspective, but it doesn't change the fact that 1 plus 1 equals 2. So yeah, again, so another difference between religion and spirituality is spirituality is about knowing yourself, and religion is about believing in something else or somebody else. And externalizing your power to believe in another thing outside of yourself doesn't bring you power. Because to make yourself more powerful, you have to be more powerful within yourself. It's all within. Life is within yourself. It's not really outside of yourself. Another difference between spirituality and religion is believing in somebody else, but spirituality is about knowing yourself. And the difference between those two things is, if you not even believe in yourself, is if you learn to know who you are, you will become far more powerful than believing in somebody else. Like, because I know myself, I know who I am, and I know what I must do, and I know, and and I know what knowing is. But believing is, I'm not really sure about it, but I guess it's the way it is. So yeah, that's how it works. But it doesn't. But when you think about your beliefs, like, it doesn't really make sense, and that's why there's a lot of like inconsistencies and things like that. Another thing with religion is it's fear-based, and because it's fear-based, it brings you fear. It makes you in a fearful state, and being in a fearful state makes you low vibrational. And if you operate in a low vibration, you will attract low vibrational things. So a lot of people will be Christian for 20 years and not even change their lives because they're always in that fearful state. I don't say that, if you're Christian you'll be broke for the rest of your life. That's not true. There's a lot of people that are Christian and successful, but what I mean to say is it gives you a lot of pressure and a lot of stress, and it gives you a false sense of, I have to be positive 100% of the time, because if I'm not, and if I hurt, and if I'm bad, I will go to hell and I will suffer forever. But that's not true. It's simply not true. It doesn't make sense, because we're not perfect. You will mess up. You will make mistakes. You will hurt other people. But, you have to repent if you sin, because you'll go to hell. Believe what you want to believe, but it gives you a false sense of duality. Because if you read the Bible and in Christianity, they'll make it seem like good and evil are two different things, but they're really one and the same. I explained this in more detail in my other video about yin and yang and the duality of life. You can check it out after this video. Something that happens a lot with spirituality is people were Christian or religious before being spiritual, and they bring those beliefs or paradigms to spirituality. So like I said before, people think that they have to be perfect and be positive 100% of the time, or they go to hell. But now they're spiritual. I have to always be positive and be on a higher frequency, or I will reincarnate, or bad things will happen in my life. But like I said, you're not perfect. You will mess up. Sometimes a vibration is something that goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So for your vibration to go up, it has to go down. That's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. So always being on a high vibration is impossible because if you vibrate, you go up and down. Spirituality is just a marketing label. So the reason why I talk about spirituality is because it's a general term that puts together a lot of other things. So if I don't put spirituality in my titles or in my tags on YouTube, videos will not get recommended because you have to like have a niche in some sort. There's no rules in spirituality. That's another difference between spirituality and religion. Is religion you have to go to church every Sunday, you have to do this, that, but spirituality, there's no rules. Yes, there's things you can do to be more spiritual or on a higher frequency, like meditate, be in nature, eat healthy, and shit like that. But there's no, okay, you have to meditate for 1 hour, you have to be in nature for 2 hours, and every Sunday you have to sun gaze. There's if I want to, I could meditate once a month, or I could meditate 2 hours every day. There's no rules. We have free will. Everybody has free will. So you can do what the fuck you want to do. If somebody else told you, oh, you should meditate 2 hours a day, like, okay, it's cool. But if I don't want to, I don't want to meditate 2 hours a day. Like, it's okay. Even if you don't meditate today, it's okay. You don't have to meditate every day. You have free will. If you feel like you have to meditate every day, do it. Like, if you know that, oh, if I don't meditate today, I will like feel bad for myself and shit, like, just do it. Don't stress about shit. But in reality, it's not like a big deal. There's no rules in spirituality. You can do what the fuck you want to do. And so just do what you have to do to feel and be free, and let other people be free. One of the most important things you can do in life is to be open-minded. And so instead of listening to somebody else and just saying they're wrong because they don't know the same things that you know, listen to them and like think about how it could make sense for you. So a lot of people will watch YouTube videos and just believe what somebody else says because it sounds good. Not everybody is supposed to agree with everything that you say. Everybody is different, and everybody knows different things. Everybody has a different perspective on life. And one of the most dangerous things you can do is to accept anything and not question it. That's how you become controlled. So people will like be religious and be in a set of beliefs and just become spiritual and have another set of beliefs, but they're still closed-minded. They're still just they still have a tunnel vision towards life instead of having an open mind. One thing a lot of Christians like to say when you like point out things that doesn't make sense in their Bible is God works in mysterious ways. Honestly, this phrase just means I know it's bullshit, but I accept it anyways. Like, if it sounds like bullshit, it's because it's bullshit. You shouldn't accept bullshit just because it's wrote in a fucking book. And another thing, a lot of Christians never fully read the Bible and they call themselves Christian. And by the way, the Bible, what does Bible mean? So let's take by and bowl. By means two, right? So why the hell there's a two in the Bible? You could say, oh, it's the whole in the New Testament, but it's not true. It was called the Bible before it. So the reason why it's by is because the Bible is two books put together. And bowl, what bowl? B-L-E means fable. So it's two books combined in one book, and it tells stories in the form of fables. I don't want to make it seem like you have to be Christian to be close-minded, or you have to be close-minded to be Christian, but that goes for everybody else that is just close-minded. So even if you don't consider yourself religious, you still can be close-minded. And even if you are spiritual, you could be close-minded. Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people are spiritual because it's cool to be spiritual and everybody is spiritual, so I want to be spiritual too. But they barely meditate, they barely know themselves, they just watch the videos on YouTube and, oh, I'm spiritual because I watch spiritual soul videos. Come on, man. It's not, bro. You're not a blood just because you wear red. To finish this video, I will say that it's not that nobody knows shit. The truth is, nobody is 100% right. That's it. You can't know everything because there's no everything to know. And just because you know everything, your everything is not somebody else's everything. So there's always things to learn because things are always changing. Nothing stays the same. Thank you for liking, subscribing to my channel, showing support in the comments. It really means a lot. Okay? Peace.